Shashi Azad, and I'm pleased to be gracing your presence today with some of my pieces on grief, hardships, and alienation. All I ask of us here is to simmer down for a few minutes and engage our senses with my prose. Does pain make you valid? How integral is suffering to my sense of self? Is pain a precious diamond that I sequester in the chambers of my heart? Do I need 27 names or tears to prove that I know what it means to weep? Does tragedy make me interesting and special? How much overshare does it take to form a trauma bond? Do I need to be in pain to feel like I'm living? Would I still make art if I wasn't oppressed? Is there such a thing as a pedagogy of joyous? And if so, where do I find it? If you should start to think forbidden thoughts, then come for me. If your bones should start to murmur and hiss in a language that is not safe to know, then leave. The flickering circle of the village fires, the whispering mouths and darting eyes, leave the books behind as well. The doctrines, the sacred words, and the unbreakable laws, leave the clustered circle of houses, the barred windows and thrice-locked doors. Break the spells they said meant safety, but did not unravel the knots they said meant love, but did not. And run to the woods where the path is winding, run to the place where the ravenous hide, where the brambles and briars draw blood. From your skin and the branches are as tangled as your hair. Lose your memory in that wandering place. Give up your body, your promises, your name. Remember, child, you were never meant to survive with your wicked tongue and violent heart. You know my house by the scent of cedar fire and the balls of clay and bread I've hung from the trees. I will be there, in the center of the flames I've been waiting all this time. If you should start to think forbidden thoughts, then come for me. At the end of ever after is the beginning of the truth. There is a creature who lives in the woods. There are many creatures who live in the wood. Know thine enemy, know thine enemy. The village is at the edge of the wood. The fires burn bright in the village. The shadows are deep in the wood. In the wood where the creatures hide. The houses are in the village. The windows are open wide. On the edge of the wood where the creatures hide. The people in the village are watching, are waiting. They have time to bite. In the village where the fires are bright. Which do you choose? The village or the wood? Where do you turn? Where will you fly? To the fires that burn or the shadows that hide? Integrity. I would die for my truth. I've already done this several times. What would you do for yours? Honor. Will you break bread? Will you break bone? Will you break promises? Will you break hearts? I will break bread with all who are hungry. I will break the bones of those who would cage others. I will break promises at my peril. I will break hearts to free myself. Mercy. Forgiveness is the most powerful weapon and the most difficult to wield. In the hands of a witch, it destroys the enemy while healing yourself. Humility. I remember when humans were still trees. We wanted so much and hungered so hard. The promise was heaven. We strained for the stars. We would have swallowed them whole if we could. We forgot the language of the wind, the grace of stillness, forgot sun songs and rain songs and kinship with birds. We fell. We fall. We kneel, are kneeling, palms pressed to the ground praying. Let it not be too late to return to our roots. Wisdom. Never refuse a gift from a witch, even when it is wrapped in thorns. Strength. As she is my witness, I shall not want though. I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil, for all I touch, I change, and all I touch changes me. Love. From within you, it devours. Thank you.
That was my quite reading. Thank you, Shishi. So yeah, क्या बोल रहे हैं DTU? Give me a hoot! Yeah, आवाज नहीं आ रही यार. आज DTU तक आवाज आनी चाहिए. Give me a hoot, DTU! On a count of 3. ठीक है? जला दो ये शहर, जला दो ये शहर, मुझे ठंड लग रही है, जला दो ये शहर, मुझे ठंड लग रही है, नफरत बहुत है यहाँ, मोहब्बत कम लग रही है। I implore you, beloved, come to me, make me feel like a woman again, free me from this endless pain. Whenever he looks at me with his lecherous eyes, I see it inside, yearning for your gentle sight. Come look at me and see my plight. His eyes are shears, robbing me of myself, leaving behind wretched, torn clothes. Saw love, saw care, does he force his gaze on me, taking some twisted pleasure in my ignominy. But when your eyes turn towards me, I feel like the gates of heaven are open for me. An angel in disguise, your pure observations, heal my tortured soul with its ministrations. So come, my love, come to me. Look upon this broken husk, full of hate, full of pain, and make me feel like a woman again. Whenever he speaks to me, with his voice, crass, macho and manly, I cringe at the expected rebukes and insults, and he smiles, certainly pleased at the results. His deep voice grates on my ears, reminds me of my sharp, tiny insignificance. His harsh words and loud sounds make me fearful and my heart pounds. Yet your words have always been of love, of purity, of grace, of sweet worldly hubbub. Honey sweet and beautiful your voice is always. Listening to it brings a joy to my face. So honey, come to me, soothe my hurts with your songs. Make me hear the sounds of your rain, make me feel like a woman again. Whenever he touches me, my body shivers. I've never known but pain. Because of his masculine power, I cry as I look at my bruises in the shower. His hands, when they touch me, are rough, calloused, hurtful things, but they do have force. His touch leaves me gagging, crying in remorse. But I've always known love from you, darling. Your curious fingers know of my deepest desires. With love, with care, with otherworldly kindness, my body sighs in love with your shyness. So beloved, come with haste. Heal me with your graceful touch. Soothe this frail, broken frame. Make me feel like a woman again. Whenever he tries to love me, I feel repulsed. He's anything but gentle, uncaring and rough. I feel my body breaking, stiff and tough. Prying and prodding, he never seems to learn of my gentle spots or my tender hurts. Ends it fast and begins again, leaves me tired and filled with shame. But her love has always been pleasure. Sinful and vain, yet always mine. It begins slow and ends me with the trees, like the rustling leaves and the bending trees. So come, love, come closer and come fast. I need you now and I can't do without. Come and give me love's sweet pain. Come, make me feel like a woman again. And that was my piece. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was impressive, wasn't it? Thank you so much, Ramanpreet. So next we have Siddharth with the poetry.
Hi everyone. So the title of my poem is The Lifeless Portrait and the Invasion of the Sun. The lifeless portrait hangs on a century-old wall, in a gilded frame under the mercy of a metallic name. With the glass in front to seal its fate, the ancestral heirloom lies executed on the wall. The light from the opposite window, after beating the panes in a luckless battle, envelopes in the room like a mass of troops, with spears of rays, is the hopelessness of the day. Somewhere in its park, an obstinate tree stands, like the only battalion defending the fatherland. But the ageless sunlight and the waves of sunshine infiltrate through it, the gleaming beams of skies breaking through the foliage, and sleeps in the supreme sunlight with all its glistening glory and puffed up pride. and falls flat on the untouched red carpet with stains of wine, illuminating it, defeating it, looting it as a compromise. With a slow progression, the enemy marches, climbs a century old weather-beaten, fate-beaten wall and looks in, like an arrogant, ambitious amateur who dreams to drench the room in its illumination, its new, sunny filtered miniatures. The wall stands still like an empire of the lost world, burdened with its heritage that hangs nailed like a criminal's corpse. This attack would be the last blow. It would encapture the empire, defeat a destiny-defeated foe. The battalion of the rays and the regiment of the fire attacks invades the gilded frame which gleams and glistens like a string of pearls. Worn by a king's widow on the day of his funeral, the beads of tormented tears replaced by those of crystal white pearls. Inaudible voices of triumph fills the deafening ears of the portrait as the army now orders to set fire on the villages. The gold-ringed, velvet cloth frame burns like a pyre. For the sun, it glows as a mark of its new capture, a long-wished, not fulfilled desire. Like the window pane, the glass of the frame, the ancestral flank to losers, as a suddenly to retreat is the best alternative. Now the whole portrait, with its lifeless legacy and the honorable heritage, summits itself with a fiery ball of zen at its afternoon rage. The war is lost, the empire is gone. Whatever it stood for is burned and buried. The universal light of illumination, now the only and supreme, rules the regal portrait, trellis-filled world, wine-stained red carpet, and in this manner, the whole ancient world. But the more it rises, the more it falls. The more it rebirths itself from the dust, the more it dies after the dawn. And so the empire will too rise again. Will fight the same battle, will lose again. And for whatever time it's allotted, only to see its rise and only to fall again. Our lifeless life and our soulless souls are these gloomy, ghastly, remorseful rooms. Our lives are not ours but for the world, both of today and the one long gone to the world. We carry the wasteful, the lumber of our heritage in frames of timber. We face the world with broken walls and ruined red capricious carpets and its mothballs. The war of life is fought every day, in our heart till our eventual demise, however gallantly we fight. The ribs made steel armor behind which is my ever-going, ever-beating, ever-pumping heart, would lose anyhow to the sun and the stars, and would fight again to be covered by a cloudless, starless, moonless night, only to see the future altered and slipped through my mortal sandy hands, however gallantly I fight, however gallantly I fight. Thank you.
That was really amazing, Siddharth. क्या बोलती DTU पब्लिक? So यार एक ये शायरी है, so ये पार्ट से रिलेटेड है, ठीक है? So रिपीट कर लो यार प्लीज. मझधार में नहीं है, खेने वाले दोस्त मिले हैं. Everyone please repeat. मझधार में नहीं है, खेने वाले दोस्त मिले हैं. हर बात पर मेरी लेने वाले दोस्त मिले हैं. जितना हक मेरा बनता है उनके ऊपर, जितना हक मेरा बनता है उनके ऊपर, उससे ज्यादा मेरे देने वाले दोस्त मिले हैं. Thank you guys.
So, hello everyone. My name is Anya Agarwal and I basically write on social or relatable issue. So today I have written a poem on color discrimination. भोले भंडारी तो महादेव भी हैं, भक्तों ने भी फायदा खूब उठाया है. जब भोलेपन का जमाना ना था सतयुग में, तो क्या उम्मीद कलयुग से. जब पांडव के सगे ना रहे कौरव, तो क्या उम्मीद गैरों से. बरसाने की छोरी ने गोकुलवासी से निभाया प्रेम खूब. दो रंगों के रंगों का मिलन का झंडा उन्होंने इतिहास में गाड़ा यूं. नन्ही सी जान को जब ना पता होता दो रंगों के रंग का फर्क, तब इसे ना दूध से नहलाइएगा. कहने पर उसके माँ बाप को लगा खूब पता. कहने को हम नहीं करते कोई भेद, ये भेद मिठाना है जैसे पहाड़ों में रेत. क्यों निखारना है रंग लगा के चंदन, सबका चहीता है यशोदा का नंदन. यही चली आ रही है सदियों से रीत, पहले सदिया जानो फिर गाना ये सुनी सुनाई मी. to those who taunt people directly or indirectly. तुम होते कौन हो कहने वाले, वो गोरे हैं या काले? जितना गोरा रंग तुम्हारा उतनी काली सोच तुम्हारी। गोरा होना कोई नहीं है अचीवमेंट, फॉर श्योर योर हार्ट इज मेड अप ऑफ सीमेंट। सांवले सावरिया ने बनाया उन्हें अपने जैसा है, ये कोई कमी नहीं, ये उनका उसका रंग पाना उनके लिए एक खूबी है। ऐसा क्या कर लिया तुमने ये रंग पाके जो उन्होंने नहीं किया ये खो के? तो पर लेकिन जो इस सब से इफेक्ट होते हैं उनके लिए मैं कुछ कहना चाहूंगी। एक वादा करते हैं खुद से खुद ही के लिए, खुल के मुस्कुराना है, खिलखिलाना है, ना कोई वजह ना कोई बहाना है। छोटी छोटी खुशियों को मनाना है, बड़े बड़े दुख में हौसला रखना है। दूसरों की खुशी का कारण बनना है, अपने दुख के कारण को माफ कर देना है। हर हालत में विश्वास रखना है, किसी को दोषी नहीं ठहराना है। अपनी अच्छाई से दिल जीतना है, किसी के लिए भी बदलना नहीं है। अपनी सच्चाई से फरेब को हराना है, ना किसी से बैर ना फसाना है। जी भर के जिंदगी जीनी है, जो मन करे वो करना है। दुनिया की परवाह तो बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है। गीत की तरह अगर कहती हूँ तुम हो, तो याद रखना उसे भी पड़ा था दुख से गुजरना अपनी खुशी पाने के लिए। तो बस हौसला रखना और राजमा चावल खाते रहना। तो दिस इज आइसियाना साइनिंग ऑफ। थैंक यू एवरीवन।
आज के सावन में एक शरारत हमारे साथ हुई। आज के सावन में एक शरारत हमारे साथ हुई, पूरे शहर को छोड़ के हर जगह बरसात हुई। Thank you guys.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to be performing a prose. It's called Reflections. I won't take too much of your time, so it would be great if you would listen. Thank you. I'm sorry. I stare as the tears fall from my eyes, as everything I am and everything I have ever been crumbles inside me. I stare and I keep staring. I stare at me, or at least the person I used to be. I see fear in her face, fear of what they think, of how they feel, of letting them down. I ask her, who are they? She's terrified at the question and tries to look away. I ask her again, who are they? A part of me shudders as her quivering self stares back, like the entirety of her existence was meaningless. She was meaningless, and her guilt was definitely meaningless. I don't know, she replies. It's just one of the questions I want to ask her, and one of the questions she's afraid to answer. Her head drops down and so does mine. It stays that way for a long time, as we recollect everything that brought us to this point. A point where we can't even look at each other. A point where we can't even recognize each other. We think hard, and then we suddenly stop. She raises her head and so do I. It's like she's reaching out to me. She wants to tell me something. We come closer and closer to each other. Our hands touch at the glass that divides us, and a voice calls me from within. Her voice. It's time to see yourself in the mirror, she says. I don't quite understand her at first, but now I know what she meant. She was never me. We may have the same blood in our veins and the same wrinkles on our face, but we'll never be the same. Goodbye, I say. We smile and I take her face. Thank you so much.
तो मैं लिखता हूँ एंड एज यूजुअल सबको प्यार मोहब्बत ही पसंद होता है तो उसी पे लिखता हूँ। थोड़ा बहुत दोस्ती यारी पे भी लिखता हूँ। तो बस कुछ सुनाना चाहता हूँ कि जस्ट मेरा पहला है कि आज तो दिल भी बगावत पर उतर आया, आज तो दिल भी बगावत पर उतर आया। उसे भुलाने का एहसास दिलाता है मगर भुलाता नहीं, उसे भुलाने का एहसास दिलाता है मगर भुलाता नहीं। कहता है उसकी जगह दिल में है, यादों में नहीं। एक और इसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट पे कि हाले दिल बताए कैसे, हाले दिल बताए कैसे उसकी यादें मिटाए कैसे, हाले दिल बताए कैसे उसकी यादें मिटाए कैसे, वो किसी और की है दिल को एहसास दिलाए कैसे। वो जहर फैला रहे थे मेरी गुमनामी का, मैं उनके शहर जा रहा था लेकर अफसाना उनकी बदनामी का। और ये आखिरी है, मैं अपने दोस्तों के लिए बोलना चाहूंगा कि मुझे जिंदगी जीने का मतलब सिखा दिया, मुझे जिंदगी जीने का मतलब सिखा दिया, दुख से लड़ने का करतब सिखा दिया। बड़े ही लुटेरे हैं मेरे दोस्त जनाब, बड़े ही लुटेरे हैं मेरे दोस्त जनाब, कम वक्तों ने गले लगा के सारा गम ही चुरा लिया।